guys, what's up? It's Breezy, and welcome back to Asylum. This is a point-and-click horror game. It is scary, it's ominous, and there's a lot of puzzles that we have to solve. So let's get exploring the rest of this ginormous asylum. I remembered how busy this place back in the day. Patrons gobbling their stew or rubbing it on their faces. I could almost hear the sound of dishes clanking. We got here. I did not read that at all. Okay. Adhering to the Kirkbride principle for most of its existence, the Hanwell Mental Institute adhered to a Kirkbride plan with two long... Why is that Y highlighted? That's kind of weird. The Kirkbride plan was building as cure, model for mental hospitals, focusing on healing mental illnesses throughout layout design and strategic staffing hierarchy. Similar institutes building this plan exhibited varied architectural styles, but majority adopted the familiar bat-wing arrangement. This consisted of sections of rooms branching off from a central structure, allowing each area in the building to benefit from exposure to natural light and proper air circulation. Before the Kirkbride plan, the mentally ill were kept in irregular houses or prisons without appropriate facilities, or with concealed in public buildings. Thomas Story Kirkbride, the psychiatrist who designed the Kirkbride plan, believed the layout of the mental hospital building was one of the prior relevant to patient treatment, various within distribution and applied within each. Why is there stains in certain areas? Separation of high-risk patients from low-risk ones. Kirkbride emphasized psychiatric professionals the importance of keeping patients busy with tasks since it benefited their mental health and also helped with the maintenance out of the grand buildings. Okay. That's great information. I'm glad we learned that. Remains of old, unidentifiable meal. Door seems stuck, but almost gave away. Okay. Yeah. Try again. Muscles. Alright, so we are in the cafeteria. So we got the kitchen, laundry room, therapy room. Whole lot going on here. Where am I hearing that? So everybody else heard that, right? Oh, we got a cutscene. Oh. Hey, pal.
Hi. My name is Lenny.
Hello, Lenny. I didn't expect to find someone like you walking around.
Oh, but you don't have to worry about me. I behave well.
That's good, Lenny.
They allow me to walk alone and help.
Well, that's a relief then. I'm pleased to meet you, Lenny.
Now it's my turn to clean this corridor. Why are you here?
It's difficult to explain, Lenny. Some time ago, I was like you. I was being treated in this institute. But something happened. A terrible circumstance that I can't remember. And the truth is, I'm not feeling well. And I don't want to be treated again.
Yes, I know. It happened to me, too.
What? You too? But then...
I was here at that time when something happened.
Lenny,
What happened?
We need to talk more. So, what about you, Lenny? Do you roam the corridors all the time?
Oh, not quite. I'm assisting with the renovation of the building, cleaning as many areas as I can.
You seem to know your way around.
There's a long way.
What can you tell me about the Institute?
I don't know. It's nice. I like it in here. Feels like home.
How long
Kind of
have you
reminds
been
me
here?
of Dobby from Harry Potter.
Oh, long time. Years, as far as I can recall. They took me away all of a sudden, but I kept asking about Hanwell, and one day they brought me back.
But Don't you want to leave and go outside, see the world?
Yeah.
Not really. Maybe I did want to leave a long time ago, but I've forgotten why. There's nothing out there for me.
There's nothing in here for you.
What are your thoughts on Julia?
Who's Julia?
The girl in the foyer, the receptionist.
Oh, yes. I saw her a few times, but we don't speak much. I'm too busy cleaning.
About Dr. Ebersbaker.
Ebersbaker.
Ebbers?
Anne Ebersbaker.
Oh, Dr. Anne, yes. I remember when we gathered the chairs around her. It was nice speaking with her.
What were the therapy sessions about?
Well, let me see. We talked about our problems, how to keep a healthy mind, our fears too, and how to cope with them. Dr. Anne made me feel well.
Lenny, I'm having nightmares about my stay in the Institute. I think something terrible happened to us inside this place.
I am happy to help you, but I don't want to remember. They're sad memories.
But still, it's important we understand what happened to us. Can't you?
Please, no. Stop.
Sure, Lenny. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Lenny. I really didn't mean to do that.
I'm looking for details about a particular therapy group.
Therapy?
Well, my suspicion is that patients who participated in a series of therapy sessions were somehow connected to the circumstances that led to the closure of the Institute. Does this sound familiar to you?
Therapy groups. Yes. I remember them. I had many friends back then.
You do remember.
I remember the sessions. We were all there. They called us Team E.
Hold on. Did you mean Group E?
Yes, that's it.
Wow.
But wait, you were saying that you were in Group E during the sessions?
Yes. I remember the letter E very well when they called us. And, Dr. Anne.
This is extraordinary, Lenny. Now we need to understand who else belonged in Group E. About the patients in Group E, you
Who
said
do you
you
remember?
were there.
Who do you recall?
Yes, there were a few of us. Dr. Anne spoke often and encouraged everyone to speak too. At first it was nice. We enjoyed sitting next to each other. I think I remember you.
What?
I was in Group E?
It was a happy time, but then came the pain.
Pain? What are you talking about, Lenny?
I'm not sure, but it all started down below. I don't want to think about it.
Down
Let's talk some
below?
more about this Group E. You said you remember me.
Yes. Yes, I do.
I'm so sorry, Lenny, but I can't seem to remember you.
That's
It's been
sad.
such a long time since I was here.
It's okay. You seem like a friend.
Aw.
And I believe you're a friend too, Lenny. Down below? What do you mean?
Yes. We were all happy until they took us to the floor beneath.
I assume you mean the basement. What happened there?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I want to forget.
Okay. No worries,
No
Lenny.
more pain.
No more. No more,
Please,
Lenny.
Lenny, I really need to know what happened. It will help both of us.
That's where it all started. Down below. You should go and see for yourself.
Ooh, okay.
Lenny, I need to learn more. What's in the basement?
I don't like to remember that place.
Okay. No
But
worries.
something happened down there.
Okay.
What
no.
am I supposed to do?
Go visit. We'll
Just
visit.
look in the rooms. You'll understand. And be careful.
Be careful.
Well, Lenny, It was nice talking to you. I'll be on my way.
Wait, you said you wanted to know what happened?
That's
Yes,
right.
we talked about
I
it.
came here looking for answers.
Oh, I don't like these memories, but it all started down below.
Down below?
I know
Yes.
this.
I've been trying to forget, but if you want answers,
I guess if
You
you don't
should go
ask
there.
questions, they at least give you some good dialogue. Oh, he's just cleaning away. All right, pal. The cart was full of rubbish. Poor Lenny was going to have a lot of work cleaning up. Sure looks like it. Ooh. Ooh, it is dark in here. Pile of broken wheelchairs and random rubbish. The basement's just open? What is this? What is this? I don't know. I have no clue. Ooh. Scary basement corridors. Not even moths cared about the filthy rags. Maybe some time ago patients used to wear them. Why is it so dark? Oh my gosh. It was too dark to venture ahead, yeah. Oh. The burning fire in the boiler bathed the room in a sinister glow. Oh? Someone tried to burn a letter? For the time being, we've been able to proceed without raising much suspicion, but that won't last long. Yesterday, the absences from the yard were noticed, and Nurse Alice inquired about the missing patients. Sidestepping, what did he say that her name was? Ebersbacher? I'm just gonna call it Ebers. And addressing me directly like that means that the nurses are far more concerned than I imagine. As for Ebers, I overheard them wondering aloud why her patients were covered in dirt as if they haven't been seen in the yard. It's a relief that Walter gave in to the idea of renovating our building, but he's growing too old-fashioned and stubborn. No doubt the failure of his invention hit him hard. He used to be keener on progress and the swift adoption of new modern technologies, but something deep inside him has changed. Now that he's stuck in the past and has grown too attached to this building, his grandiose creation, which inevitably has to change no matter what. We've waited too long and we need money. It always comes down to money. Until we're able to secure adequate funding, we have no choice but to resort to cheap labor. Being located in the countryside, it shares the benefits, but procuring the manpower needed to remodel this place has proven to be quite a bit more challenging than expected, and always subject to the brutal reality of cost. At first, Walter insisted we select one patient from each group to minimize the risk of calling attention to their absence, but I argued that it was preferable to choose an entire close-knit group to avoid spreading unnecessary chatter that we couldn't control. Of course, in the end, they're all lunatics. Their word carries no weight compared to ours, but it's still desirable to keep gossip to a minimum. If one small group of mentally unstable people insists on discussing things the greater population knows nothing about, we could always contend that its isolated group is experiencing a collective hallucination. It's almost midnight and my turn to supervise the work. One of the patients mentioned an odd smelling emanating from the newly opened tunnel. They always imagine the strangest things, but I think I heard a sort of hissing sound that puzzled me. This seems worth investigating. Can't believe it is. As I approached the opening, there was a hint of haze or condensation in the air, and it smelled very unusual indeed. I can't describe it, but it felt old. Some kind of ancient, highly concentrated, earthy smell. Curious about this, I instructed the patient, Leonard, I believe, to strike that wall the one more time. I had to insist twice. His tool wedged open the crevice, which released a formidable streams of fumes. It's hard to convey on paper, but there was a change in the air pressure, and the foul odor intensified throughout the tunnel. The patients are too nervous. I must seek Walter. Huh. Okay. Spray boiler wasn't working. Fortunately, the other one provided enough light to search the place. Okay. That's nice. It's dark. Yeah, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, Do I have a flashlight? I couldn't see a thing down the corridor. I needed some kind of light. Okay. I need some kind of light to proceed. Y'all got any flashlights in here? Any fleecy lights? Of all the things that could prove useful inside this place, this wasn't one of them. Just looking for some kind of light here. Okay, so we just need to find some sort of light. I don't know if maybe we could visit Bruno and get a flashlight from him. I'm not certain. That's what we're gonna attempt to do, and then we'll see what he has to say. Click, 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 click. Click, 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 click. I am sprinting through this place. I would assume that Bruno's back in his office, but... Hey, Bruno.
Hi again, Bruno. Is there anything you can tell me about the basement?
I don't know, man. It's a basement. It hasn't been used in ages, and there's a foul stench coming from down there.
Interesting.
You find that interesting? Clearly you have unusual interests.
What can you tell me about Lenny?
Who?
The patient who is cleaning the corridors.
Oh, Leo.
Leo?
I think it's Leonard, but yes, that guy.
I don't appreciate him wandering around like that. But I guess he's okay.
Okay.
Doesn't look like he could do much harm to anyone. But I'll tell you this. I saw him a number of times getting too close to places he shouldn't be. Once I saw him entering and leaving one of the high-ranking offices.
Now that's strange.
You bet. There's likely confidential information in there.
Do you like being a security guard in a mental
I didn't want to
hospital,
ask
Bruno?
him that.
Sometimes it can be tiring dealing with patients when they're having a bad day. And also the bureaucracy. But you know what tires me the most?
Talking
What
to me?
is that?
Curious people who ask too many questions.
Yes, I share that sentiment. Oh, wait. I'm done for now. Bye.
Hey, do you mind if I come into your office? Oh. Oh, interesting. Firmly locked. Okay, well... Just seeing what the fuss is back here. Are we sure the air quality in here is good?
Hey, leave the patient alone.
Okay, whatever. Bruno. Alright, I gotta find a light. Maybe I can talk to Lenny and say, hey, it's really dark down there. Do you have a light you can help me with, pal? Back in we go. All right. Letty! Hey, pal.
Lenny, do you have a moment?
Yes?
Is there anything else you can tell me about the basement?
It's dark.
No, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, Lenny. It's fine.
Nice talking to you, Lenny.
I'm just stupid and don't know where to find any sort of a light source. Like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Candles? Anything, guys? Anything? Some stacked boxes. It's a dead cat? That's sad. Maybe I missed something in here. I don't know. Yep, that's what I missed. Gate was locked. Oh, wow. Yeah, that looks terrifying. Okay, everything is just locked here. It's beautiful. It looked awfully dangerous, so I kept my distance. I think this maybe go to the other side. I don't know. Okay, so we need to get some keys. Oh. The problem was clear. A rodent had chewed on the wire, short-circuiting the light in the basement and killing the rat in the process. Okay, well, I'm glad that I am a engineer. Years of rust and neglect had sealed this door. I had no luck opening this door. It was hopeless. Not this one. Whoa, is it dark in here? Oh, nice. You can cut through some wires. It was impossible to see anything in this room. I had to find a way to restore the lights. Okay. Should I turn on the emergency ones? I just want to see what that does. Maybe I just need to go take these. That didn't deserve my attention. What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah. I'm an electrician. But it would hold. It would do the trick. Exactly. Get me out of here. Does this lead me back to... Yeah, Bruno. Okay. So... maybe I should just turn on the actual power now? So it's not so ominous? There you go. Wait, what is this? Emergency lighting wiring. Okay. It seemed to be a diagram for the writing in the wiring in the basement. Okay. Ooh. Now we can see in here. Okay. Tools and machinery laid scattered across the construction area, seemingly abandoned in chaos. Walls were cracked, peeling under the weight of years, and the metallic scent of rust mixed with an earthy smell permeated the room. A cart which had seen better days in the corner of the construction area. Alright. An opening in the construction area was boarded up. Oh. So this is Group E, who was hired to do some manual labor for the hospital. For the first time, I felt like there was a clear purpose or meaning behind my vision. My mind was trying to unearth an important memory. What were a group of patients doing in the basement? What were they forced to do here? Moved to the unit system. Over time, mental hospitals built using the Kirkbride system began to present numerous maintenance and operational problems. Faults on the design led to unforeseen practical difficulties, and their rigid layouts prohibited efficient expansion. The Kirkbride plan soon became a significant problem in mental health. Since many mental hospitals are state-funded, a combination of budget cuts and high maintenance expenses spelled doom for the principles of the Kirkbride plan. Personnel wages, medications, medical appliances, coal for the boilers, electric maintenance, and sewage services represented but a small fraction of the cost of keeping such large establishments operating. With general high levels of stress and economic issues also impacting the public in modern society, experts warned of a surge in mental health disorders and an increased need for specialized treatment centers. Thus, the demand for mental hospitals kept growing even as institutions adhering to the Kirkbride plan affordably only slowed in cost construction. Concern intensified in the field as psychiatrists and medical professionals began to question the theory that architecture played a role in mental health, and so the prestigious Hamel Mental Institute sought to adapt, and did many other mental hospitals, by undergoing extensive remodeling according to a new design philosophy that came to be known as the unit system. Instead of a single sprawling building, the various departments in such establishments would be separated into smaller, discrete structures. With this new approach, a purely administrative building would have no physical connection to one housing patients. To achieve this ambitious goal, many existing Kirkbride institutes resorted to constructing Ulternarian underground tunnels connecting various buildings since aesthetics were no longer a concern. Huh. You don't say. Okay. $11 p.m. Ooh. Why is that huge? That was massive. Okay. Maybe I can talk now to Bruno? Ask him some questions about the basement and all the rooms that are... Bruno. Oh, please don't. Jump out and scare me, Bruno. Okay. Well, I stole his keys. So we'll see. And no look. No luck. You were just in there. How do I open my Like I have keys. Shouldn't I be able to get down here? Okay, sure. Maybe we go upstairs and look at stuff. I don't know. Oh, whoa. So we can go upstairs now because he's done cleaning. What in the world is this? Dr. Ann Ershbasher. Herbery. Yeah, what the hell? A sad naked plant. Might have been gorgeous and colorful once. Impossible. Someone was gonna have to tear that door to get it open. Duly noted. Okay. Laundry room. To think the clothes had been worn by patients, people I may have known in the past. Had they been discharged? Were they still alive? Or sane? I pondered that question in the lonely night. Ooh, the courtyard. The majestic yard in which so many patients communed and healed together was now a sorry state, barely serving as a mere shortcut across the building. The shed appeared to be locked. You're telling me that my keys can't get in there? A once beautiful feature of the yard. The fountain was now filthy and in shambles. Sitting here used to make me feel hopeful. Now, not very so. Okay, lots of exploring to do, it seems. We almost have, like, free access to a lot of stuff. Back out to the hallway. Oh. Whoa. Do I need a shovel or something? Okay, I may need a shovel or something, it seems. I'll remember that. Bathroom. Need to dig something up. Finally found myself inside the therapy room. The whole place was in a state of disarray, as if everyone had left in a hurry. Group therapy responses. Alertness, attention, attitude, expressivity, interest in topics, judgment, knowledge, memory, sense of humor, comprehension. Ooh. Group E. F. Okay. Patients in Group F showed marked improvements in their mood and awareness, as well as willingness, commitment, and interact with their peers. The inexplicable regression in Group E continues to puzzle me. I'll discuss their individual issues separately. Lenny used to be kind of leader figure, very communicative, someone that rest of the group looked up to, but he's been more withdrawn recently, lost in what seems like dark thoughts as he refuses to share. In the case of Hodgson, I could guarantee a smooth session, provided nobody would brought up anything related to the nature of his trauma, but he's growing increasingly tense and neurotic. Crawford always been troublesome, but he seems more on edge than usual and even more of a problem these days. Rebecca should have been allowed an abortion. LaRoche began to believe he's a lost case. Okay. We're learning lots of stuff, people. Learning lots of stuff. Okay, that just goes back outside. Always good to know that.
Since the renovation of the Institute began, more patients have become agitated and difficult to manage, as if it was the architecture of their own bodies being reconfigured. The construction work has disturbed their existence in a way I couldn't predict. Some are even presenting with odd injuries, which none of the nurses can explain. Are the patients harming themselves? Is this building so firmly interrelated with their identities that changes in its structure will impact their states of mind by means of a kinesthetic regression? They rationalize structural changings in the surrounding geometry by imprinting them in their own flesh. Hodgson's is the worst example. Where are those burn marks coming from? I made inquiries and nobody saw him get burnt. Perhaps he was allowed to assist in the kitchen and he refuses to discuss the burnings. And knowing how much the subject terrifies him, I did not press him further. But the scars are disturbing other patients in Group E. They believe his scorched skin is some kind of heavenly punishment or stigmata. And they're all going to suffer the same fate. This is ridiculous and degrading. They were my best group, my most remarkable achievement. Yet no one gives a damn. I swallowed my pride and consulted directly with Alice. But the pompous asshole suggested it was my inexperience at fault, my responsibility to ensure the safety of patients. So what the hell are you supposed to do then? Instead of hiding in your office, do something about your staff. And when the moron isn't jerking off at his desk, he supervises the construction work. Why is a psychiatrist so deeply involved with the conversion to the unit system? None of this makes sense. I hate myself for losing my mind. Every therapy session is now a burden. I need to reconnect with the patients. They must tell me more. Lenny is still more forthcoming than the rest, but he won't say a word about the bruises. And Hodgson's, how did you burn yourself like that? If not the kitchen, the only other place. No. Impossible. They're not allowed down there.
In my sudden vision, I was part of the group patients in the therapy room. A female doctor seemed to care about the session. Not us, but merely the outcome of the session. Ooh. Bertrand LaRoche, age 35, condition moderate, first floor, cell 102A. Profile: LaRoche is a curious case. He is shy, docile, patient with mind seemingly trapped in his innermost erudite thoughts. Coming from a family of French immigrants and having experienced troubled childhood afflicted by war, LaRoche has always had issues making friends, no doubt in the part thanks to his monotone, outlandish manner of speech. His verbal expression often devolves into unintelligible murmurs during otherwise plain and straightforward conversations. The current diagnosis is that it is assumed to be a schizophrenic behavior. That being said, once someone earns his trust, LaRoche can be a capable and pleasant conversationalist. Yet recently, the patient seems less being keen on communicating, often spending an unusual amount of time simply staring out the window. In his game room, specialists feel that he will succumb to an irreversible state, a catatonia. The metal case is empty. There seemed to be a missing reel. Oh. Okay.
Bertrand, are you feeling all right? Talk to me. Don't make me lose my patience. I don't have all day. Leave me alone. I understand you must feel angry, but we're doing this for your well-being. You are lying. It hurts. I can't sleep. There are dark things in my dreams. Just calm down. Take a deep breath and relax. We'll explain it to you, but you have to trust me. I don't know. I am so tired. I can't think anymore. What about your fear? Think about your last session. Do you remember now? There's only darkness, and it moves there. It's been waiting, and now it knows we're here.
Oh. How do I get this reel out? Do I grab this and then put it back? Ah. That makes sense. You just never know. Movie number 2.
You are not in good shape, Bertrand. You know it will only get worse. You must talk. I hate you. I hate this place. You're all bad with me and my friends. You'll come to understand, Bertrand, eventually. But we must deal with this. You have a chance to end it right here, right now. I don't believe you. You have been lying to me all this time. That's not true. And if you tell me what you saw, it will all be over. It's that simple. I can't remember. It's too fuzzy and dark. Come on, Bertrand. Try harder. No. I'm scared. Come on. Tell me what you saw. No.
Poor
It will come
LaRoche.
for me. It knows. It knows. Calm down or I'll have to
What
call
is
the guards.
haunting this asylum?
It's inside me. What? What is inside you?
That's not a good sign. No, not at all. Not at all. Got lots of tapes to watch. Alright, now I'm gonna try this little guy. I like these little animations. It's really cool. It's just like a small touch to kind of make you feel like you're doing a lot, but you're really not doing, that much.
you feeling better today?
More or less, I think.
Are you getting along better with work?
No. I don't like the tunnels. It's suffocating in them.
I'm sure you'll get accustomed in time.
No, it's not fair. I shouldn't be doing this.
What makes you say that?
Because it doesn't feel right. Being there. I don't think that is what I was brought here for.
But you are helping. You should feel proud of yourself.
No.
Are you in doubt because of something else? Are you scared, for instance?
Yes, I am. I don't want to go into the dark place again. They said it was going to be all right, but I could feel the monster coming for me.
Monster? What monster?
I do not like that. I do not like that at all. Monster, you say? This is monster. If there's actually like something cursing this place, yeah, we're gonna have an issue. All right, this is the last tape that we have because the other one is missing. Hopefully we can find it.
How are you feeling today?
Tired. I want to sleep.
I'm sorry to hear that. How was your day?
It was fine, I guess. We played some games in the afternoon. They are always the same, but I still like them. But the others aren't so happy.
It's understandable. We'll try to get you some new games. Has anything of importance occurred to you lately?
A new woman arrived today with a big belly. She is pretty.
Rebecca.
I like her. But she was hysterical and punched Nurse Marion on the face.
I know, and we're dealing with that. But I was referring if anything has happened to you lately.
I don't know. I am so tired.
Why are you tired? Tell me.
Because he's
We're
working.
here to help.
It's being down there, working with all the dust and the bugs. It's too hard. I'm too tired. I can't stand them anymore.
What is this that you can't stand anymore?
Working in the tunnels,
voices.
manual labor.
They are everywhere, and they whisper inside your head. They are evil.
Okay, so we've learned a lot. That's not what I meant to do. So we have a missing tape somewhere. So many names. No wonder Hannibal Mental Institute been renowned. This place was highly active back in its heyday. The fence had come loose from the window, which I trust would be fixed for the reopening. Yeah, I would hope so. Wait. Oh. Is this where... No, this is not where we are. There's no way. Yeah, I was about to say. The game room used to burst with activity in its heyday. It was a fine accomplishment of the Institute that patients could coexist peacefully playing games together. But now, the room was in shambles. It was a pity they had neglected this bonsai. It once radiated green color was now depressingly gray. Completely dried plant. The radio's batteries were dead. Okay. I remember the warm glow of the sun coming through this window. A simple but invigorating trait of the game room which contributed to my healing. Now the window was covered in filthy rags. The fireplace was a nice way to get the room warm back then, but the staff needed to keep a close eye on the more unruly patients. This was the table that patient chose for playing games when it was cold because of its privileged position near the fireplace. I had no idea what that was. Okay, that's good. This is interesting. This place is massive, guys. I don't know. Don't know if you've noticed, but I mean, it's just unbelievably massive. Oh. Some days ago, I casually read a newspaper article about Dr. Walter Hanwell, a general surgeon with extensive knowledge of mental illness who recently founded his own hospital for the insane. In his impassioned words, I could sense a sincere concern about the consequences of mind disorders. In that same article, Hanwell's notable technologies advances in his field, a discipline in which antiquated practices are often ingrained, elicited a feeling of excitement that I hadn't experienced in a long time. The fine trajectory of this kindred spirit compelled me to write him a letter. Disenchanted as I was about ongoing problems in my local medical center, which I concluded was managed by close-minded individuals. Dr. Hamill responded sooner than I expected. We exchanged various experiences from our respective fields of expertise in engaging debate. Wow, he writes his G's very interesting. That I fondly remember as deciding factor that would dictate the rest of my career. We agreed that increasing reports of developing mental abnormalities were a consequence of degenerate society. That minds operating outside the boundaries of morality would inevitably deteriorate until no shade of humanity was left. There was a mutual agreement that the fabric of our culture, our breed, was eroding. As admired professionals, we have an obligation to give our peers into the blistering light of cognizance. When we see perceive what others don't, not taking action would be a shameful disgrace to our human condition. We continue talking about how mental hospitals should be managed under the strictest of conditions, and how a symbol of solemn authority was the utmost important for ensuring smooth operations. Sufficient to say, I became enchanted with Walter Hamill's grand vision, his endless quest to correct the course of society, beginning with those who had lost their way in the most profound and visceral sense, the decay of their own minds. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. While my story carried a general surgeon had cemented my prestigious position in the field, a fact widely acknowledged by kindred professionals who had effusively praised my work, my true passion has always been the secrets of the mind. It was during the expiration of a challenging meaningful that I melanoma. I first confused the zeal with the desire to specialize as a neurosurgeon. Yet it dawned on me that quite the contrary, I was growing tired of the physical aspect of the brain altogether. It was rather the nature of its inner workings that fascinated me. In time, a new path led me to research topics related to psychology, psychiatry, particularly the peculiar interplay between these disciplines. Mental health disorders stood out as a prime subject of interest. Losing control of yourself is a terrible thing, perhaps the worst thing that can happen to a human being. The inability to discern what is real and what is not. The impossibility of determining what the incontrovertible truth is because your senses are crippled. Horrified me to no end. It made my new purpose in life to delve deeper into this captivating yet disquieting discipline. I would make use of the plentiful wealth and resources I had amassed over the years to fulfill this developing personal ambition. I chose a convenient location to construct what I christened Hanwell Mental Institute as a testament to my life achievement, and thrilled by the elegant, pleasant, and even transcendent design invented by Thomas Kirkbride, I made sure the spot atop a peaceful cliff surrounded by distant mountains and the pristine allure of the ocean was suitable for healing properties for his proposed plan. It was a strict requirement of my project that the proposed plot of land would be untarnished by the presence of people. Only the elemental quality of perpetual woods would complement such majestic architecture. Thanks to the help of those powerful contacts I gained through long-standing relationships with the first professionals in the world of medicine, Hanwell Mental Institute became a beacon of inspiration and promised the treatment of mental health problems. Its purpose is to house a large number of patients in any building of its kind to date. Contrary to certain delineations made by Kirkbride, maybe, I don't know. I hold out a thriving community and is key to mentally ill people succeed in their hopes. This is my realm. We all made effort. Whew, lots of reading, guys. Lots of reading. There's just so much, I bet you. Ah, I see. I see. Wow, there's so much stuff. Did we miss? I wonder. So that's the one room. This is the creepy bathroom that I think we need a shovel for. That's that weird room. Oh, we also have like upstairs. Forgot this was a thing. Oh, morgue. Huh. Museum. Yeah, let's go into the museum first. I like museums. Patients were allowed to pay short visits to the haunted museum of the Institute, which rather than a sanctuary of science and erudition, had now turned into a grotesque carnival of abominations. Were those ears? Oh, but why? This is strange. Oh gosh. A typical glass slide for putting tissue samples on it. This would come in handy later. Picked up these tweezers with care. Oh great. Well, later, it seems like we're gonna have to use. Oh, that scared me. Were these all from the patients? What in the world is going on at this place? Like, seriously. Medical instrument of various types. Rebecca Bierce did not suffer any specific ailments early in life, but fell victim to violent sexual assault as an adult. She was found in a state of shock by the authorities who rescued her, and after a medical examination, Rebecca was found to be pregnant. The perpetrator was never apprehended. During the period following the assault, Bierce exhibited delusional behaviors and panicked whenever men were in the same room as her. I wonder why? During the period following assault, yes. Thereafter, following strict attention and care, she gradually began to recover and return to her sense while becoming to terms with her new condition. She eventually managed to begin socializing with her peers and to feel more comfortable in the presence of men. Regrettably, she has recently suffered an inexplicable breakdown, experiencing frequent neurotic fits. She mistreats both her peers and the nursing team, foul, highly offensive language while screaming and kicking. In 2 incidents, Bierce was found repeatedly hitting her stomach and insisting that her unborn child was spawned from hell. Oh boy. Why are there so many skulls in this museum? That's a great question. A complete human skeleton. It seemed real. Yeah, this all has to be real. The picture depicted someone important with some sort of glory medical intervention happening behind them. Okay, that's great that later we're gonna be grabbing something from here. The solarium used to be a clean, peaceful spot to relax in the sunbeams, quite the opposite of the present and sorry condition. I feel a brief sense of melancholy. Window was shattered, allowing a cold breeze. Chill the air. The stove didn't work. Stove? All things considered, the intruding vine had brought a little life into this room. So interesting. This place is so interesting. What is that? I'd seen plenty of depressing environments in this institute by then, but the chilling morgue was on a whole different level of decrepitude and decay. Ah, I see. We're in the morgue, okay. Yep. Ooh. Shards of broken glass. Eee. Some organ, bizarrely so fresh, was in the tray. Fresh. Some boxes and hammers. Yeah, probably for the museum. Random junk. It was difficult to discern what was on the scale. A brain? Why would anyone leave this here? Yeah, we need like masks or something. This is not safe. Tried my this cabinet wouldn't open. Yeah, that's good. Maybe it's a good thing. Nice. Nothing worth mentioning. Just a bunch of boxes stacked, but what a waste of space. Some neatly aligned flasks of more rather... What are these? Okay. Alright then. I guess we'll check out... You know... Faucets didn't work here. Unfortunately, the lamp wouldn't turn on. The moment you guys have been waiting for. Empty. That's good. Empty. That's good. How about this one? Empty. That's good. That's good. That's good. Empty. Ooh. Brains. Brains for research. Empty. When open. The hook behind me seemed to move a bit. It was evidently part of this mechanism. I didn't need to move anything at present. Interesting. Bones. Alright, last one we can open. Just a pile of empty flasks. Okay. Well. Huh. So this hook can move? The handle wouldn't turn. Okay. Okay. Morgues, you gotta love them. Gotta love them. Well, that was an interesting adventure. I sure enjoyed going through the morgue. Ooh. Smelled gross. Okay, looks like we can lift this up. Alright. Well, so we still need some kind of shovel, maybe some kind of screwdriver to get some things out. Laboratory. Oh! A laboratory greeting me with a hint of sinister ambiance. Hello, sir.
Hello? Am I interrupting something?
Who are you?
I'm a former member of the Institute, but would you mind if I asked you some questions?
I was in the middle of something important, but go ahead.
I assume you are...
I'm the new director of the Institute, Dr. Ambrose Miller. My purpose here is to honor the vision of my former colleague, Dr. Walter Hanwell.
Pleased to meet you.
His vision was kind of crazy.
I'm looking for information on a patient called Bertrand.
Bertrand. He's one from the old group, right?
I believe so. I've seen footage of him in the therapy room.
Footage? Intriguing. I'll have to take a look at that. But yes, of course he sounds familiar. He's here tonight.
What do you mean, here? Physically?
Physically? What are you, a ghost hunter? Of course, in flesh and blood. He's one of the patients being relocated.
This is an incredible development. Where can I see him?
I don't have such details. All I know is that he's in the same cell where he used to be.
Oh.
Do you know anything about the construction below?
I'm aware of renovation plans that didn't come to fruition. The structure of the building was typical Kirkbride, since its inception, a style which became dated over time. Mind you, this was true of all mental hospitals of this area. All Kirkbride establishments were forced to change, or perish.
Why this whole fascination with the Kirkbride architecture?
You could say that Walter was a romantic, too attached to the old ways. He erected this building quite late in his lifetime, when the Kirkbride design was already beginning to exhibit its flaws, and he paid a price for it.
What I don't understand is the purpose of digging in the basement.
It makes perfect sense. That's typically how the migration of the so-called unit system worked. Underground tunnels.
I'm wondering how a network of underground tunnels is so attached to the concept of a unit system.
To begin with, the unit system is a term that didn't catch on. It was meant to convey the notion of units of buildings, concerned with a single aspect for the everyday operation of a mental institute. One building for administrative offices, another for surgical interventions, then male and female infirmaries separated, and so on. The hospital border in Buenos Aires is a good example of such a system of buildings.
So, you're the famous Dr. Miller.
Famous? Not quite. At least not around these parts. I'm just a humble servant who wishes to continue with Walter's grandiose dreams.
How so?
As soon as I heard this establishment was ceasing operations, I made arrangements to be transferred here. Hopefully continue Walter's work. My connection in the field of medicine across the years proved valuable, as here I find myself as the new director in charge of this reopening.
So, I assume you were acquainted with Walter Hanwell.
Quite so. Walter was a friend. We maintained ample correspondence over the years. Many subjects, both from the field of medicine and life itself, were our common interest. Many times I toyed with the idea of coming here to work with him. Alas, fate had a different plan for us.
What do you mean?
Well, the circumstances you're obviously familiar with. I was finally prepping myself for a greatly belated visit when all of a sudden the Institute shut down. Walter had been a friend in writing for many years, yet regrettably I never got to know him in person.
Why the shutdown?
Why did Hanwell shut down all of a sudden?
That's not a topic we are discussing here, as
Oh.
you can imagine.
I'm interested in learning the truth.
Truth these days is a social construct.
Oh, come
What
on.
does that mean?
A fact is still a fact, and there must be a reason why this place closed doors.
Right.
Mismanagement. Hanwell got too careless. He trusted the wrong people.
But
That is all I'm saying on this topic.
Okay, Mr. Miller. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to talk to him about
I
any of
appreciate the
those.
conversation. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Peace out. Alright guys, that's the end of this episode for Asylum. Next time around, we are going to be talking to Lenny, figuring out what exactly is going on, and find Bertrand. I don't know where he is, but I'm sure we have some kind of article to find him. But I'm really enjoying this playthrough. It's a lot of brain, it's a lot of reading and figuring out what other mysteries this asylum has for us. But I hope you guys have been enjoying this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!